Good morning. It's another week and another very interesting week to come for weather. Certainly an interesting situation this morning. We've got a lot of freezing rain falling, particularly further towards the east. That's because the upper air temperature is now higher than the temperature at the surface. If you think we've had day after day after day of very cold temperatures, the ground has got very cold, the ground is still frozen in many places, and now we're starting to see milder upper air coming in across that. And that's bringing in showers or longer spells of rain from the east. The rain's falling onto the frozen surfaces, and of course, we've got freezing rain. I've seen a lot of reports this morning from around Moray, the Moray area for freezing rain. We've got rain falling here just with me in the northern Cairngorms. The air temperature is 1 degree, but the surface temperature is still below freezing. And this is the case across many places, particularly further north and east. So really, I think it's the Eastern Highlands, Moray, Aberdeenshire, probably down into Angus as well, Perthshire. These are the areas most at risk of seeing the freezing rain this morning. Now, if I share my screen like we've got accustomed to doing now, I'm going to show you some webcams this morning. That's the scene to the south of Braemar overnight or this morning. The showers have been falling as snow inland across the Cairngorm, so that's Braemar. This is a scene, not that one, sorry. This is a scene at the Cairn Mount, which is south of Bankery. You can see the snow gates are closed there. Been quite a bit of snow in that area overnight. But if I show you the rainfall radar image, you can see this is where the showers are. Everything is rotating in that kind of direction. We've got a low pressure system to the south of the UK, wind circulating in anti-clockwise direction. So we've got the flow doing this. So if I show you the bigger picture, there's a low pressure system currently off the south coast of Cornwall. It's near the Brest Peninsula. Everything's spinning in that direction. So what we've got is we've got these showers piling in from the east, from the North Sea into the eastern side of the country. But if you just follow the arrows, follow the isobars, so you can see the flow is coming sort of something like this. So we're pulling in milder air from across Biscay, France, up over the Low Countries, and then across the North Sea and into the east. So it's because this flow has changed from a northeasterly to more of a south to southeasterly. We're pulling in these higher upper air temperatures. So that's the reason why what we would be seeing as snow over the weekend is now actually falling as rain. So you can see on the radar image this morning, we've got these showers coming in from the east, really frequent showers, some quite heavy rain across East Ross, Eastern Sutherland, down towards the Black Island Inverness, as you can see. These showers coming in across Moray, Aberdeenshire, towards the Cairngorms, down to Angus, Fife, Perthshire, through Edinburgh there you can see, into East Lothian, down to the borders. And we've got a band of sort of more prolonged rain right down across the far south of the borders, Dumfries and Galloway, and that's associated with this system here across England and Wales. And the low pressure, as I pointed out earlier, is sat somewhere here. So this lot here is just swirling around. We've got this heavy rain across northern England into North Wales. Around the top end of it, we've got these showers coming in from the east. Across much of Scotland, you can see a few showers getting across to Western Sutherland and across a few clipping Lewis, the Northern Isles as well. But generally speaking, further towards the west, so these west coasts of Sutherland, probably the Western Isles, Wester Ross, Skye, down through Loch Alls, the Great Glen, Loch Arbour, Mull, Tyree, down through Argyll, Isla, Kintyre, Arran, probably towards Glasgow as well, Ayrshire. It's mainly dry. There could be the odd, we can see there's the odd shower just getting through, but the showers will be very light by the time they get all the way across here. And I think many places across these western areas will have a dry day, and that's where the best of the sunshine is going to be today across these areas. We're not talking blue skies like we saw over the weekend, but variable cloud, and there'll be some bright or sunny spells across these areas. There's quite a frosty start as well towards the west. We've got temperatures down to -3, -4 in a few spots across the mainland. It's quite a cold start. But like I say, the main emphasis on the weather today is across the east. Everything's coming in from the east, so we've got these showers across the eastern areas falling onto frozen surfaces, creating a real hazard this morning with a lot of freezing rain around. So take extra care if you're out and about first thing this morning on the roads or on the pavements as well. The school run, for example, commute could be quite tricky this morning. So if I show you the temperature map this morning, that's the air temperatures as of 7:30 this morning. As you can see, the air temperatures are -1, -2. You know, this is the areas where we've got the rain falling as well. You can see it's milder towards the northeast coast, the milder air here, but you come in a bit inland, look, 1 degree, surface temperature probably 2 or 3 degrees colder than that. We've got all these showers piling in from the east, around Inverness, you can see, into the Cairngorms, Moray. You're -2 degrees around Moray with heavy rain this morning. Certainly not great. Then across the Cairngorms, we've got these lower temperatures and the showers piling in, falling as snow across parts of Deeside this morning. But you see towards right on the east coast, look, wind straight off the sea. The temperature is a bit higher, 6-7 degrees. So there's lesser risk here, more chance of it just being plain old rain right on the coast. Like I say, further inland where the surface is much colder, here we're likely to see the showers turn to snow or freezing rain. It's also quite cold, as you can see, across the borders. We've got these showers coming in here as well, so high risk of freezing rain and some snow inland as well across this part of the world. But as you can see, further west, it's frosty, it's cold. We've got temperatures around Oban, look, -4, -5 degrees. It's a cold, frosty start across inland parts across the west. But like I say, that's where the best of the weather's going to be through today. Now, if I turn your attention to the jet stream, we'll have a quick look at how things are looking for the rest of the week. I was saying last week how the jet stream is going to realign itself back through the country through the course of the week. That's still the case. So although the week is going to start cold, it will turn milder towards the end of the week. But with that, it'll be unsettled, wet and windy as we see a return to low pressure systems from the Atlantic, bringing spells of rain and strong to gale force winds with it. So that's the position of the jet stream Monday today. You can see the jet still running to the south of the UK, down through Spain, southern France, down into Eastern Europe. We're on the northern side of the jet, so we're on the cold side. All this is a very cold air across the UK into the north of Scandinavia. But you can see, just take your attention down towards the eastern part of the US and southeastern Canada. You can see the jet stream here is just starting to reinvigorate. And so if I show you the sequence through the week, that's Tuesday. You can see the jet is just beginning to line itself up. It's got the UK sights on it. And then by Wednesday, you can see it's getting closer. Thursday, there's an arm of the jet stream goes through the UK, bringing unsettled weather. Then, as you can see, as you go through the rest of the week, it's game on, really. The jet stream's back in again. That's the situation by the end of the week into the weekend. The jet stream's pretty much through the UK. Then by the start of next week, you can see it's there across the UK. Another chunk of unsettled weather coming out of Canada. You can see what happens is we've got the jet stream here. We'll have a ridge of high pressure somewhere here, and then the jet stream here. So we've got, look, these are areas of low pressure, basically. Low pressure goes through a brief ridge of high pressure, another low pressure comes through. And you can see, you follow the jet stream all the way back out to the Pacific. It runs through the Pacific, over Canada, the US, comes down, back across the UK. These ripples are areas of low pressure, which means we're going to be in for an unsettled period of weather, I think, from the end of next week, and probably taking us through towards the Christmas period, looking quite unsettled as well. So if we just run the temperature sequence, this is the upper air temperature. This is a temperature about 1.5 miles above the surface, which indicates basically what we're going to see weather-wise. You can see through the rest of the week. This is Monday, Tuesday. Notice the blue colours slowly getting pushed away to the east as we see these greens come in from the west, and that's a sign of the unsettled Atlantic weather coming back in again across the UK. You can see one area of low pressure there, then another area of low pressure across the UK over the weekend and early next week, and another one out to the west this time next week. So it's a very unsettled pattern as we go through the end of, well, through the sort of tail end of this week, really. From a Thursday onwards, we start to see things change with more unsettled weather coming our way and a rise in temperature. But if we show you some detail on the forecast for the next week, we'll just show you these charts from MetDesk. This is a good way just to show you where the rainfall is going to be and what kind of weather we can expect to see. So Monday, you can see that's today. That's a showers look coming in from the east on an easterly wind. Some more prolonged rain to the south of the central belt with some high ground snow. You can see that look later on today. The purples of snow. Overnight, there could be some quite tricky conditions, I think, on the higher parts of the A68, the M74, for example, for a time before the whole lot moves away. Then we've got a ridge of high pressure across us tomorrow. A few wintry showers you can see towards Caithness, northeast Sutherland, and across the Orkneys. You can see from many places tomorrow, high pressure in charge, a dry day, very, very icy conditions. We're going to see a freeze tonight following the shower, so I think it could be very, very tricky on the roads again tomorrow morning. But it's going to be a bright day for many of us tomorrow with some sunshine and very light winds, perhaps some freezing fog patches to contend with as well, I think, first thing tomorrow morning. Now, you can see Tuesday night into early Wednesday, the high pressure stays. So it's going to be a really cold night tomorrow night, a widespread hard frost, icy patches. But just notice by the sort of early part of Wednesday morning, there's that rain approaching from the west. We've got a strong southerly wind developing across the west coast and across the Isles. You can see by the the proximity of the isobars, how close they are look on across the west early Wednesday. But for many places on Wednesday, not looking actually too bad a day. The rain stays out to the west. There could be a few showers across the Western Isles, maybe towards the Aberdeenshire, Caithness coast, a few across the Northern Isles. But for many on Wednesday, it's a bright start, but we'll start to see more in the way of cloud coming in from the west, high cloud, so turning the sunshine quite hazy. But like I say, for many places, it will be dry, but increasingly windy. The south to southeasterly wind reaching gale force across western areas by the end of the afternoon, really feeling quite cold on Wednesday, with a strong south to southeasterly wind, as I say, gales across the west coast. A really cold feeling day, I suspect, on Wednesday. Now, overnight into Wednesday night into Thursday, you can see the rain just starts to edge in to the west. That's the situation at midnight. And this is still a long way off, but it's pretty much what we're expecting to see this week, and it's what's been indicated for some time now, that this band of rain will come in late Wednesday into early Thursday. You can see by midnight, it's just edging into the far southwest, and then by the early hours of Thursday, it's edging further across the country, turning to snow as it meets the colder air. The purple and the pink is snow, the blue is rain, and the yellow areas is the heavier rain. So you can see that edges across the country through Thursday morning. Well, there will be some quite heavy bursts of rain, sleet, and snow in places. I think it's going to be southern facing high ground, which sees the heaviest of it. So I think Perthshire, maybe the southern Cairngorms, the southern parts of Aberdeenshire and Angus, high ground inland, we're talking, not everywhere, just high ground, could see some quite heavy snow for a time. You can see by the quite vivid colours here in the purple. That indicates some quite heavy bursts of snow across the higher ground, like I say, across the Perthshire Hills, inland parts of Angus and southern Aberdeenshire. Could see some quite heavy snow for a time Thursday morning, but it won't be lasting. The whole system is moving through. We're actually going to start to see milder air push in, and any snow will turn to rain through the day. And then Thursday itself, quite a windy day, strong southeasterly winds, gales in exposure. There'll be showers, there'll be longer spells of rain at times, as you can see. But there will be some drier spells further north, because the weather's basically coming from the south. It's a south to southeasterly flow. So areas to the north of high grounds, you can see there, Caithness, Sutherland, parts of Ross-shire probably becoming drier in the afternoon on Thursday. Some dry spells developing as well across the Moray Firth. And you can see more scattered showers rather than large areas of rain. It's more like scattered outbreaks of rain. But you can see here, again, just towards the east, these eastern and southern facing high ground of Aberdeenshire and Angus, seeing some heavier rain. And that's just typical from a southeasterly flow. The wind blows in off the sea, piles up the moisture against these south to southeast facing high ground areas, and that's where we see the heaviest of rain. So that's situation by the end of Thursday, and you can see more rain comes in overnight. Again, some snow on the high ground, as you can see, across the Cairngorms, Perthshire, some snow there, maybe as well down to the borders, some snow for high ground as well for a time Thursday night. But we're not expecting much from this. It's a real transient thing. It comes in the evening. High ground snow moves away, because by the time we get to Friday, we're all in the milder air. This is much milder air across the UK. Still quite cold towards the northeast. Still a bit of a flow coming in from the east. Still quite chilly across the Northern Isles and maybe towards the northeast, because the ground's that cold. It takes a long time to warm up, so you just get the cold just sat there, and it just keeps the temperature down. But for many places, by the time we get to the end of the week, you can see it's low pressure down to the south. It's south to southeasterly winds. It's scattered showers, maybe some longer spells of rain. But the main thing is, like I said, the temperature's up. As you can see by the temperature profile, we've got greens. This is the temperature at 1 to 1.5 miles above the surface. You can see it's much milder air mass, but still that cold air mass just holding on across the Northern Isles. So still probably quite cold here, I suspect, towards the end of the week, with a cold southeasterly wind, quite raw conditions across the Northern Isles by the end of the week, with that strong wind, gale force at times, and some outbreaks of rain at times. And then as we go into the weekend, you see a very similar situation, really. We've got these low pressure systems still just running to the south of the UK. So it's still a sort of southeasterly flow blowing across Scotland. Some showers around, as you can see, and then further bands of rain start to edge in as we go through next weekend. And by the time we get to next week, again, as you can see, it's just scattered showers or longer spells of rain. The winds are coming properly from the south or southwest by this time next week, so it's much milder conditions. We're not looking at any snow, maybe a little patchy frost inland overnight, but generally speaking, we're not looking at much in the way of frost by the end of the week. So if I show you the minimum temperature profile, that's the situation over the next few nights. You can see quite cold Certainly cold tomorrow night, quite hard frost. But as you go through the week, you'll see the blues, which indicates frost, start to disappear. There's just patchy frost possible inland through the week, but for most areas, as you can see, for the rest of the week, patchy frost towards the north and northeast. But on the whole, we've seen the last of the frost, the severe frosts through this week. It's like I say, it's Monday. It's tonight, frosty. Certainly tomorrow night, a hard frost. But as you can see, as I said, through the week, the frost becomes less and less and more isolated as we go through the rest of the week. Okay, folks, well, that's it. That's the update. Like I say, just take it easy this morning if you're out and about. A lot of freezing rain falling, particularly towards the eastern side of the country, drier further west. Could have a very icy start to the day tomorrow as well, following a cold night tonight. So just take it easy if you're on the roads. Well, thanks everyone for watching the videos. I keep mentioning for everybody, if you can please go onto my YouTube channel, hit like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps me. And thanks to everyone who's signed up to the member service on Facebook. If you want to join the premium members group, where you can see detailed written forecasts, data from the weather stations, a lot of weather information. If you want to sign up to that, please message me through the Facebook page. It's just $125 a month, invoice at £15 a year to see all that weather information. It covers the service, covers all Scotland, as do these videos. This is not just the Highlands. We cover the whole of the country. If you want to sign up to the member service, just drop me a message. We can get you signed up. And like I said, please continue to like and subscribe and comment on the YouTube videos and watch the videos on YouTube as well. It's important that you watch them through YouTube, because this actually does earn me a bit of revenue towards the cost of running the page and keeping all the weather stations running as well. Okay, well, thanks for watching. As I say, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.